All right. What up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to look at AVPT, okay? Ticker symbol AVPT, Avepoint, however you want to say it. This one was a viewer request. So if you got any viewer requests, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to make a video for it as soon as I can, okay? I do those viewer requests every week. So just leave a comment and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Now, I got to say, perfect bottom hit on this one. All right. If we look here, okay, we have a very clear bear flag pattern. Okay. Now, what that is it's a downward motion as such. Okay. Followed by this channel over here that you guys are seeing. Okay. So we create this sideways channel. Okay. Right here. And that is our flag. Okay. So here's the pole. Here's the flag. And what you do, okay, is you can actually just duplicate this drawing right here, right? So you duplicate this drawing and you put it at the top, okay, at the top of your bear flag, okay, the height point. You duplicate that drawing, and once we get the breakdown below, okay, we're going to come and hit this bear flag target. Now look at how perfectly that was our bottom, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? Technical analysis can really help paint the picture on some bad cases, okay? This was all the way back here months and months and months ago, right? Early in the year, you were able to see, this bearish setup, right? And you could have avoided all of this pain if you would have closed your position out in this period sometime. Or, if you're a long-term holder, you're not really in a rush, right? You want to see if we come down and hit those targets. Now we have bounced off of those targets here recently. Okay. We'll zoom in a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you this weekly bear flag. Okay. We'll zoom into the daily chart now. All right, and there's some very clear daily patterns that we can spot, okay, and that we can follow and we can use to our advantage to see and help determine what the next price action is going to be. Okay, so the first thing I want to highlight is this up here. This is a gap. Okay, these gaps, they tend to fill 90 to 95% of the time historically in the stock market. The main question is when, right? When is this going to fill? Well, what you need is a bullish market rotation, right? And so you have to ask yourself the question, are we in a bullish market rotation right now, right? Obviously, we're not. Okay. Everything has been very, very painful. But if we were a long term and we really like the fundamentals on AVPT, we can look here. Okay. At this point, let me go ahead and pull up the ruler real quick for you guys. And we can see that if we got in here, okay, and we're to hold all the way till that gap fill, that's a 100% gain. Okay. So if you're bullish long term on this is a good time to, start getting your feet wet, right? Start gaining some positions. Okay. Now, if you're looking for some short term, analysis, right? Here's the patterns that I'm looking at currently. All right. We have this nice little symmetrical triangle pulling up. Okay. I've got some support and resistance levels down below. All right. That's what these are going to be right here. Some are support levels. Okay. And you can see here, all right, that we had a very, very nice head and shoulders pattern. All right. We had a left shoulder here, had a head, had a right shoulder. Okay. That was an easy setup. All right. And we hit that target. Okay. You can see, we came down all the way and completed the rest of this head and shoulders. All right. So this has been setting up. This is our current trend line right here that we need to break. Okay. So we may get a bounce here and we may head up to this trend line here. All right. But if we don't get a breakout, we're going to come back down. Okay. So see how this is a really tight channel, tight area right here. We're going to be seeing a breakout either to the upside or to the downside here pretty soon on AVPT. Okay. Now, if we are able to break past this trend line here, okay, you have to realize we still have this major trend line as well to break. Okay. So, we may be able to get past there, hit this trend line, and then come back down and again, continue zigzagging in these patterns until we have a move to the upside or a move to the downside. All right. So on the upside, the price levels that I'm really looking at, okay, is going to be right here at 614. All right. So, really everything right now is setting up for a trade. Okay. And we're setting up to either go short, all right, below this trend line here, or we're setting up to go long on a breakout to the upside, right? Whether we break this trend line here or this trend line here, those are going to be our two areas of resistance that are really battling us. Okay. If we are able to break past those, we got a nice resistance level here up at 614. Okay. Above 614, it's going to be 724 is going to be our next major resistance level. And again, we have that gap up here all the way to $8.86. So You can look to start to establish a long-term position for this gap fill, but you have to keep in mind we're in a bear market. That's not going to end soon, right? It's not just going to pivot one day and automatically go to a bull market. It's going to take time, right? So if you want to build a position and gain more ownership of a company, you can start to do that, right? Now, if we break out to the downside, 390 is our main support level. Okay. So, I wouldn't be super aggressive shorting this if we break this trend line because we have a nice support level here at 390. Now, if we break that 390 level and we start trading below, right? Like, let's say we get the breakdown here, we get a nice bounce, and then we break and we start trading below. This is when you can try to enter some short positions for the move down to 330. Okay. Now, below 330, all right, our next support level is going to be 298. And below there, it's going to be $2.52. All right. So, things do look good for the long term for the upside, right? We have this nice gap to fill over 100%, returns on those, right? Then that's just at the current levels, right? If you get down here at 330, 298, or 252, and you can hold it up to $8, that's a much larger gain, right? So these are some of the levels that I would be watching, over the next month. We're going to see, do we get the breakdown and do we come and find support at any of these levels? Or do we get a breakout to the upside? And are we going to be able to hit the 614 or the 724 level? All right. Appreciate you watching the video. If you found anything useful in this video, helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.